Welcome to Josh Reads This blog post for you. I'm pretty much just going to read the article for you, which is nice, and I may add some color commentary as we go along. For those of you who are video learners, you'll appreciate this. And for those of you who are watching this video on YouTube, you can find the full post at upendpr.com. Just like it says right here. And the title of the blog article is How to Get More ROI from Your PR. Now, as an entrepreneur, you need to answer an important question. How do I handle the public relations needs of my growing company? Now, most would just like to slap a few ads on Facebook and send out a press release hoping that the right people will see them. But they soon learn the hard way that more advertising does not necessarily equal more publicity. Now, getting discovered as a company or even an individual isn't necessarily a thing. It doesn't happen on its own. It takes paying your dues, maintaining consistency, and spending time working on public relations to get your company to be talked about by influencers and audiences. Now, many people ask why public relations is really necessary and if it's worth what you spend. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that public relations is more than just mass sending press releases and certainly more than just adding a few contacts to your list. It's all about creating good publicity and getting your name and story to the right people. Now, as my good friend Richard Branson once said, publicity is absolutely critical. A good PR story is infinitely more effective than a front page ad. Now, let's face it, people don't make decisions solely based off an ad. Today, especially, they put thought and often the research behind all of their purchasing decisions, as well as they should be. I'm a consumer expert. That's exactly what I recommend. Now, this is a huge reason why investing in PR is so important. You need to make sure that your company and even you are in tip-top standing when searched for on the internet and on social media. Now, keep in mind that although there are things you'll need to do and keep up your good reputation, it might make sense for you to hire out a PR professional to speed up the process and make a great return on investment. I want you to know that lack of action will likely mean stagnation in business. I often find that this is usually what it takes in business. Is someone's like, man, we're just not growing. We're just not going anywhere. It's going to take investment. Like either you're going to have to really burn the midnight oil and put a lot of effort into your business and move heaven and earth in order to create awesome stuff, or you can just hire people and they can speed it up for you. So you're either going to have to invest time and resources or resources in the form of just more of your own time. That's hard. I mean, you can really only do that so long. At some point, you're going to need to bring in more and more people so that you can do more things, right? And if you hire people who are very competent at what they do, say, for example, public relations, then generally, well, we'll talk about that here in just a second. Now, how much does PR cost? I get this question all the time because most PR agencies are all hush-hush secretive about what their rates are. At Upend PR, we're not. That's our whole thing is we designed a PR agency to deliver what I needed for close to a decade, but it didn't exist. And they were all every PR firm that I'd reach out to, they're all like, okay, you have a great meeting and then they give you this, 20-page contract and then you look at the price and you're like, what? That's way outside my budget. How did we not figure this out earlier? It's kind of a waste of everybody's time. So again, I really like pricing matrices and just clarity and this is what I buy, this is what I'm going to get. Okay, we're going to cover that. Now, There are a variety of PR agencies that offer services from writing media pitches and content writing to conducting market research and expanding business contacts. Now, there's a PR plan for virtually every budget, but it's important to know that more services come with a higher bill. Now, depending on your needs, you could picture spending, and again, I'm talking to just like the startup audience, you can picture spending anything anywhere from $200 a month to $10,000 a month or more. But why does it cost so much? Well, here's how it works. So PR professionals, they're trained at being incredibly effective and efficient with their time and words. Well, what that means is that the 1 hour you pay for can be turned into a media pitch that gets sent to one of thousands of contacts, earning you a news appearance. Now, this generates immediate publicity and exposure for your company, sending more people to your website, your business, etc. Now, with the great content the professional has written, your conversion rate is generating more sales than ever, and soon your profits should exceed what you spent on that 1 hour. So, again, Bill Gates said if he were down to his last dollar, he would invest in public relations. At savingsangel.com, which is, a company now that I've started over 10 years ago, we've done over $5 million in membership revenue alone, not including advertising on our own site and partners that we've worked with. And all we do is PR. That's all we do. We don't do conventional advertising. And so if again, I share that to share, yes, this absolutely works. And yes, when you look at the pricing, it very much has a value-based pricing component to it. So in other words, hopefully if you invest $5,000 in PR, you're going to get at least $5,000 worth of value out of it. Now, you still might be saying, why does it cost so much? Well, let me reiterate this. Something that's so great about public relations is the return on investment I just mentioned. Now, any money you spend on PR, on a PR agency, can almost always be made back, sometimes in very fast fashion. Now, PR professionals simply have access to relationships and agency-level tools that you don't, and likely wouldn't make sense for you to invest in. Now at Upend PR, we invest more than $10,000 a year in agency-level tools. Now most of our pro-level clients pay us around $1,000 a month. So in short, for contracting our time, our tools and connections come nearly free. So established PR agencies like ours also have access to countless connections. Now we have the ability to empower and the reputation to reach out to the right influencers and build you into a thought leader for your community. Now, a good PR agency's job is to make you the star of the show. Now, let me share a warning, however. While each PR company's job is to help you grow your exposure, not all may be dedicated to your company as they should be. Now, everyone wants to go to a really big PR company that works with the best, most elite clients and have them do their PR. Now, I strongly recommend that small businesses in particular have to be conscious of the size of the agency's other clients. Now, if you pick an agency that only has huge clients, that means that they're going to spend significantly less time working with you compared to their other clients. So the bottom line is they can tell you that this is not the way that it is, but I mean, just again, operations-wise, dollars and cents-wise, you're just not that valuable monetarily as a client to them. I've been in that position. Okay? I once hired a big PR firm for a client many years ago. They had a sterling professional reputation and came very, very highly recommended. The principal was extremely well known as a thought leader in the PR industry. I mean, big time. Now, I blew $5,000 on a small PR campaign for my client. Now, results were dismal. They spent so much time on the bigger companies that me, as the little guy and my client, we hardly got any attention. This was just one of the several experiences that led me to create what I personally needed, a PR agency made to fit my company's size. Since then, we've become experts at helping startups and individual entrepreneurs grow into the thought leaders and influencers they are meant to be. Let me highlight this though. Don't trust your PR solely to someone else. Now, maintaining a good public relations strategy isn't exclusively you shouldn't leave that exclusively to the hands of PR professionals. There are multiple things you need to do on your end to make sure that you stay socially relevant and involved in all things current. Now, in addition to your digital reputation, namely your Google search results, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give is to keep a well-maintained Twitter account and use Twitter effectively. The benefits of constant interaction with influencers are countless and are one way to build great PR very cost efficiently. Now, this is how you can reach out to journalists and make connections with other thought leaders. It also keeps you and your company in the mind of your followers instead of just fading in and out. Now, if you'd like a deeper dive, consider taking a peek at our Twitter Publicity Mastery course, which you can find at upendpr.com. And then you just click on, I think, pricing up in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll see it. Or I start talking about the Twitter Publicity Mastery course. It will absolutely change your trajectory in business if you take what I teach you seriously. Now, the combination of self-done PR and direction from a public relations professional can lead your company to bigger and better things. But resist the urge to put everything on their plate. You'll likely be disappointed in the results of someone else representing your brand without you. Let me stress this. Nobody can represent a company as well as a founder, or at least someone who lives and breathes a company's mission every day. If you want to outsource that, just know it's going to be very expensive. You're going to rack up a lot of billable hours. And if telling your story correctly and in a way that is emotionally engaging, is at 100% black, in a term of a matrix between 0% black, white, and black. Anytime you outsource that to somebody else, it's just going to be a shade of gray. It's not you. It's not their story. It's your story. Newsmakers don't want to talk to your go-between. They want to talk to you. And so, again, our philosophy at Upend PR is just, let's make connections. Let's make our client, our member, the star of the show, tell them exactly what to say and do, and then step out of the way. So we're kind of like that, we're kind of like that guy that, is hiding behind the bushes and telling you all the sweet words to say. Serrano, is that his name? And so you end up looking like a rock star, and you can do this very authentically as well. So what I want you to do is take your company's exposure seriously and speed up the process with the help of a PR pro. You can work with us, you can work with anyone, all right? Although it does come at a price, PR is an absolute necessity to help you grow your company and gain the publicity it deserves. Through better PR, you should be able to get lots of exposure, you should get lots of traffic, lots of SEO pickup, and ultimately, hopefully, lots of sales and lots of profits. That's kind of the idea. You don't want to do PR just to satisfy your ego. You want to do it because you want to grow in business, grow as a thought leader, and then grow your operations and grow your budgets so that you can go on and do amazing things. So there you go. If I can be of any help, you'll see lots of different ways that you can engage with us at Upend PR. Namely, you just want to look at the services that we provide. We've got some different membership levels that you can look at and see what makes best sense for you and your budget. And we, again, really designed our services at Upend PR to satisfy the needs of the digital entrepreneur or the kind of the startup I'd say industry. And so I think you're going to be pretty pleased with the pricing that you see compared to, unfortunately, most PR agencies out there. So with that, thank you so much for allowing me to share this content with you. And feel free to read all of the other articles that we have over at Upend PR. And who knows, I may be back to read some of those for you as well. Thanks so much.